I would say about 80% of what we do is still geared towards the production of Concord in the region. Concord is king. There's 32,000 acres in the Lake Erie belt. 95% of that is Concord. So we are always looking for ways to improve Concord production. Back in 1970, the price paid for Concord was about $220 a ton. In 2017, the price paid for Concord is about $220 a ton. Right? So if you worked your entire life and never got a raise, how are you going to pay your bills? You have to become more efficient. Your production costs have to go down. So this block has been mainly, since we moved here, about vineyard mechanization. So after the mechanical grape harvester took over in the early 70s, so harvest was the highest labor cost. Next comes pruning and crop management as the highest labor cost. So we do a lot of work in here about machine pruning in the winter, mechanical shoot thinning in the spring, mechanical fruit thinning in the middle of the summer to balance that vineyard. And again, instead of trying to pick what the crop's going to be in February, we can do it this time of year, look at what the weather conditions are like, decide what kind of crop I can hang and be able to adjust it in the vineyard. So that's the mechanical pruner that we use. Nelson Shawless is like the king of Eastern viticulture. He was a professor on the Geneva campus. He actually started doing some work with mechanical pruning back in the 70s. Bob Poole, who came after Nelson Shawless, did more work with minimal pruning, a type of mechanical pruning that he brought back from Australia. Minimal pruning really is what it sounds like. You skirt the vines and you leave a lot of buds. And that really didn't work in our climate. Too many buds. We'd get 10 tons per acre one year and 2 tons per acre the next, and it didn't really work out. Big canopies, dense canopies, used a lot of water. So we've worked back from that since then, using machine pruning with hand follow-up, so a vineyard manager can see the entire vineyard. It's not just done with a machine, and adjust those vines throughout the growing season, and again, use mechanical crop control methods to fine-tune it during the season.